would like to share with you my most favorite college course. Believe it or not, I would say it was mime, as in pantomime, as in the silent fellow who gets trapped in the glass box. Oh, that's so funny. Well, I enjoyed this class for several reasons. One, it was taught by an awesome professor, Rick Horner, who we actually called Mark, because that was his real name and he didn't necessarily like it, but he was easygoing enough to accept it. Another reason why I liked mime was my lovely wife, now wife, was in that class. Then she was my girlfriend. And then the last reason is it really taught me a lot about, well, not only physicality and the concepts behind pantomime, but about entrepreneurship. We being myself and Matt Park, we ended up creating our own mime troupe called Beyond the Glass Box, which is clever, I think. Beyond the glass box, you know, think outside the box. Oh, we aren't constrained to a glass box. We thought we were cute, and I still think it's cool. We're no longer in existence. We got too many people asking if we did birthdays. Not kidding. But we did have some pretty big gigs. But it started with us just frolicking around downtown Spokane dressed as mimes. We dropped by a thrift store, got some striped Russian sailor shirts, and me, Matt Park, and back then it was Danny Moore, and we would just kind of go around and mime, not for any sort of form of money or anything like that, but to practice our techniques. And we, at one point, got a guy approaching us saying, hey, would you like to mime for First Night Spokane, which is a huge New Year's celebration. And here we were like, yeah, sure, that'll be fun. And then he was like, we'll pay you. And we were like, where do we sign? Imagine being paid for acting. Whoa! So from then, we really branched off and created this business. We did a lot of shows there at Whitworth University. We did a lot of shows at local Blue Door Improv. That was one of the places where we went, and it was so fun performing a unique form of art that was such a niche, and yet still everybody was familiar with what a mime was. I'm sure you know what pantomime is, but you've probably never seen a traditional mime in real life, unless you've seen the Animaniacs, or maybe a parody of someone miming. But have you ever seen a true mime out on the streets? And I'm not talking about like the statue miming where the guys dress up in paint and just stand there still for hours upon hours not saying anything. That's a different kind of miming. We're talking about the form of mime that you don't say anything, and yet you interact with your audience in a very dramatic, over-the-top, comedic basis, or method, rather. That's a good word, method. So that was my favorite class, pantomime. Taught me so much, and yeah, it was really cool. So if in fact you ever get into miming, find someone who knows how to do it. At that period in my life, it was JJ, and he really taught me a lot. And yeah, and from then it just sort of snowballed out with this class of pantomime, and it was great, so much fun.